Trust yourself and the experience. It's all real. And whatever you sense, see, or feel is meant just for you.
It looks like I'm on the bank of a river.
Okay.
And I have the feeling that it's like ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to be careful because there's alligators in the water.
Mm. Very good. Do you feel male or female?
Female. I have my hair covered.
Mm-hmm. What's it covered with?
Like an off-white shawl.
Mm-hmm. What are you wearing?
Just a long robe.
What color is your robe?
Same color as my shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Off-white.
Do you have anything on your feet?
No.
Mm-hmm. What color is your skin?
Dark.
Mm-hmm. How old do you feel?
Like I'm 16.
Mm. Is there anyone there with you?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any jewelry on?
No.
Are you carrying anything?
A woven basket.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And what do you feel like you're doing here at the river?
I was supposed to come down to do chores, but I'm just resting.
Mm. How are you feeling?
Like I want to take a nap. Like I'm tired.
Mm. Why are you so tired?
Because I've been working.
Mm. What do you do for work?
It feels like I'm like a slave girl.
Mm. Okay. So what happens next? What do you do?
I just sit there and contemplate. I don't really want to move.
Mm-hmm. What are the thoughts that are running through your head?
I'm just enjoying the breeze, looking up at the banks where the villages are.
Mm.
Just taking my time.
Taking a break.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little girl that just showed up,
Okay.
but she's not of that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she just dropped in from another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
She has like little afro puffs.
Mm.
She's really cute hair.
How old is she?
She looks like she's 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. Does she say anything to you?
Yeah, she's asking me to come with her.
Okay. Do you go with her?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
We're walking into the desert.
Mm. And tell me what happens next.
She's saying to me, it's going to be fantastic.
Mm. What's going to be fantastic?
She said, you'll see your life. I feel like there's a lot of herbs and like cilantro and
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
there's a veil. She and I are on one side of it, and I can see to the other side, and it's like if we step into the other side, we're walking through a prism.
Hmm.
And it's darkness, but it's not. It's like we're walking into the cosmic realm.
Okay. Walking into the cosmic realm. And what happens when you do that, when you walk through the veil into the cosmic realm?
She's telling me you have to go.
Okay. Does that mean
And
she's not going with you?
yeah, there's like a veil, but it's fluid.
What does it look like?
It looks like night and day.
What side are you on, night or day?
I'm still on the desert side with her.
Okay.
I'm hesitating to go to the other side,
Are you on the night side or the day side?
the day side.
Okay. And she's telling you to walk in through the
Mm-hmm.
veil to the dark side?
But it's not scary. It's just different.
Mm-hmm. What is your hesitation?
Just the unknown.
Mm. Okay.
So I'm going to walk in.
Okay. What happens as you walk through that veil?
It's very calm.
Mm. Do you notice anything around you?
Mm-hmm. I can see distant planets.
Mm-hmm. Look down at your feet and tell me what you notice. What are you standing on?
Something solid, but I can't see it. Like I'm not falling through space, but I'm not.
Okay. So you're in space, but you're standing on something solid.
I'm not being affected by like lack of gravity or anything.
Okay. Are you still in the same body?
Mm-hmm. I have the
Okay.
same clothes on. There's a very bright, it looks like a moon
Mm-hmm.
to the upper right hand corner of my eye.
Mm.
It's very, very blinding almost.
Is it Earth's moon or a different moon?
It's not Earth's moon. It's smaller and it's super bright and
Hmm.
it's almost like emitting heat.
Hmm. I want you to tap into the consciousness of that moon and ask if it has a message for you.
It's saying stay away from danger.
Okay. Where is the danger?
In your mind.
Mm. What is it in your mind that is dangerous?
Past memories.
Mm. Tell me more about that.
And being told it's old and it's over.
Mm. Time to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to let go of those old memories?
Yeah, there's a green bucket that just showed up in front of me.
Okay. Tell me about the bucket.
I'm being told to remove my head from my head
Okay.
and like shake out everything from my body into the bucket and from my head.
Okay.
Like my head is a helmet almost.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to stand up and do it because I feel like it'll be easier.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand up. I take my head off. And I empty all of what feels like our memories. And I'm putting my hand inside of it and like cleaning it out.
Mm. Very good.
And then that big water jug that was upstairs earlier showed up next to the green bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being told, pour some of that water into your head, swish it around, and pour it into the bucket.
Very good. Go ahead
So I'm
and
doing that.
yeah.
And then I'm being asked to look inside to see if there's anything else.
Is there anything left in there?
There's one little mark. So I'm going to go in with my hand. It's like really tightly like knotted into my head.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to like wrap my hand around it like this
Mm-hmm.
and just grabbing it. Okay.
You got it?
Uh-huh.
Good.
I just threw it into the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can put my head back on.
Okay, good. Is there anything you need to know about that last little memory stuck in there?
They put that in there on purpose.
Who did?
The ones that try to take dominion over the light.
Mm. Okay. So was that some sort of implant or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was really old.
Mm. Like old from this lifetime or others?
Other lifetimes.
Mm.
It was placed in me when I was just energy.
Wow.
That's how they snuck it in.
Mm. So it's been with you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And how did that affect your lives?
Anytime something would get better, that would pull me back.
Mm.
It was like a tether.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Is there any residual energy from that left in there that needs to be cleared?
No,
Okay. Good.
no, the bucket just like a little door opened and the bucket just got like taken away.
Mm.
And I'm being told to take that water and just pour it all over my body.
Okay, good. How does that feel to pour the water over your body?
It feels like when I do the cold dunks in the ocean, it feels very refreshing.
Beautiful. How does it feel to release the past, to release all of those old memories?
I feel like I can fully open my eyes.
So you're not so tired and weighed down anymore. Beautiful. Do you feel lighter?
Yes.
Good.
I feel like I want to change that old garment.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. What do you put on?
Something much lighter in the fabric. The same, just drapey sort of gown, but I don't have to cover my hair. And I just put my hair up in a bun.
Beautiful. How does it feel to release yourself from that old energy?
Clarifying.
Beautiful. So tell me what happens next.
They're asking me to ask Karen if she knows something.
Okay. I was actually going to check in with Karen, so good.
Well, the scene that I walked into was a late night thing. There was like a lot of thunder and lightning. I was hearing that. And then on top of that, I was hearing the scream of a woman. Like really loud screams. So I went into this little shack house and there was this woman that she's in labor. She has her husband there. He feels very aggressive, like his eyes are very dark. And they've called a midwife, which I assume is Amina. It feels like her energy. So she's here with this woman, and she's already started bleeding. So there's complications. I'm feeling that. You feel the husband's energy. I'm just an observer here, but I'm like feeling into this room, and his energy is like, kind of like cloaking, like what's going on. I feel like I can't even have mental clarity because he's so aggressive energetically. But she's trying to calm this woman, and she's telling her, like to breathe, everything's going to be okay, just to focus. Just look at me. Don't look anywhere else. Just look at me. And I feel like the husband like gets really impatient and he just like storms out for a bit. And so they were able to have like, under this like emergency to like talk a little. And the woman says, if something happens to me, like, like you have to save my child, just save my child. And yeah, it was just really, like you could tell that she wasn't going to make it. Like you just really felt that she was letting go. Like giving as if all the rest of her life force to this child that is going to be born. So you could see her bleeding out. Like there was just like like losing so much blood here. And the husband storms back in as the baby is like, you know, coming out, and you could see that the baby's not moving. The wife is not moving anymore either. So both bodies, like woman and child, are kind of like lifeless at this time. So she holds on to the baby and like literally like opens up her shirt, so she puts the baby skin to skin on her right away and like kind of covers it to kind of warm it up and everything. The husband is freaking out because the wife is clearly dead, like she's not alive, and he's not understanding what she's doing. So he like aggressively like puts his hands on her, like he on her throat, like his thumbs are on her throat, pushing and asking like, what did you do to my wife, you know, and why is my baby dead too? Like he's just like whatever, and she's trying to at the same time like multitask while he's like literally taking like the breath like out of her, like because I could see her eyes are becoming bloodshot. And right at that moment, like I feel like there's like a little bit, I don't know, as if like she had transmuted some of her energy into the baby. The baby starts crying, and he lets go and grabs the baby, and he's like pointing his finger at her like, you know, you're a murderer. You're a murderer. And he's like, I'm going to, like, as if she's banished or something, like you're not, your name is going to be destroyed like in the community type thing. And she's kind of like has her hands on her throat, like trying to take her, you know, catch her breath and coughing. And, you know, she still has like the blood of this woman on her, like, and the blood of the baby, like, and just trying to, you know, come back into her body fully. And he's gone, and with the baby, the child, oh yeah, sorry. I wanted to just a side note, when she was like, when the husband was out, she told her like, I want you to name my child Aisha. So that's it. So it was just like, I remember she he left out of there, and she was getting herself like, you know, back up into her body. And like the scene kind of closes out, and she's kind of like working on the black market now, because he really did banish her name. And so she is still a midwife and, you know, caretaker and whatnot in the black market. So women, mainly women who are, you know, who are get pregnant out of wedlock, go to her to have their babies. So, but I feel like she's been doing this for quite some time, not necessarily in the black market, but this as a midwife for a long time. So yeah, so she's continuing this work here. In the real or the outside world, outside of this market, her name is completely out, like no one recognizes it. But there are obviously some women who know to go to her because she is working like in the shadows type thing. But she's been doing this for like, after that incident, it's been like well over like 16 years or something like that. Because I feel like there's this, again, one time this man, the same man, comes in looking for the midwife in this dark market because his daughter, Aisha, is pregnant out of wedlock.
Wow.
So it comes like he's coming back to her but doesn't recognize her. He doesn't recognize her because she has her like a veil type thing over her head. And so like she can't, but she recognizes the energy right away. So she's trying to calm down the girl, who is old now. She's like, yeah, she's 16. So she's also screaming, same kind of cries that sound like her mother. And she keeps telling her, you have to focus, like, just look at me type thing. And it feels like as if the father recognizes her, and he starts raging. And she keeps, like, you know, her cool and is saying, like, you have to calm down. You came to me for help, so you have to calm down. And he is like saying things in her, you know, like, oh, you better not murder my daughter now, and this and that. And because she works out of like this little tiny office space, but it's not really an office. It's just like kind of held by this like little, you know, kind of cardboard room type thing with, you know, curtain, whatever. And he is like, his energy's ramping up. It's getting really hard. And, you know, like the daughter's breath is starting to get labored. You know, she's also noticing that a potential complication is happening. I feel like the baby is like breech. So she has to like use her methods in turning the baby. So she's telling her, this is going to be really painful, so you're going to have to breathe through it. So I'm seeing like she's using the method of like pushing, you know, like the belly to turn the baby. And is giving her like a piece of like leather to bite down on. And it's, again, like this man's energy, I can't even take it because it's so like heavy. And she's trying to focus, and he is like getting so impatient that he puts his hand on her again, on her throat, and he's like pushes, and he's like, do you remember me now? Do not kill my daughter. And right at that moment, there are like what feel like teenagers and like kids that come in and take this man, like they take him out of there, and they like, I don't know what it is, but it's as if like they kick the shit out of him. And you, from what I'm understanding, like who these kids are, these are all the children that she's saved, like that she's birthed, that she's helped, you know, like been a midwife to, like all of these women that have like she's helped in this dark market, like this black market. All these children that she saved that also call her mama, you know, like, and they were taking care of this man in this, you know.
Yeah.
So there was like a relief here, like you just feel the energy just go down, like, and so the girl was just so thankful, you know, as she's biting down, like she could finally concentrate, because like you could see on her arms and her legs that you know, she's been beaten by him also. You know, also calling her like murderer, like his wife wouldn't have died had she not been, you know, there. And yeah, so it's like she successfully gives birth, and you know, everything is okay in the end. And she asks her, like, I'm gonna, like, can you, like, please, like, say, like, keep me, like, I don't want to go with him. You can't let me go with him. And so she said yes. You know, it was kind of like coinciding, like, to the promise to the mother too, like to take care of the baby, to make sure that she lives. So was to hold that promise to her, and said okay. I feel like the father, like, they really, like, yeah, they really kicked his ass, so that's good. Just relieved for that. But I don't I feel like they've taken him out of there, like out of that place, and they've like well protected the space, because like they kind of like understood that, you know, this woman or Aisha was being beaten and um actually was impregnated by the father too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it was like kind of saving this girl and baby from this predator, this toxic man, toxic masculine man who thinks that he has power over. But yeah, there was like that kind of like, oh shoot, sorry, I missed it. There's like something that's coming back because it was all happening so fast. But when he came and brought the daughter to be to have the baby, he had like a bag of money and he was waving it in her face, so it reminded me of like, take care of my daughter type thing, like, or I'm gonna kill you.
Is that his energy? His soul?
Yeah,
It
I
feels
feel it.
aggressive. Yeah.
I feel it. And Karen, as you were saying that the kids were beating him up, I was back in that cosmic darkness and I saw him getting sucked into a black hole and the green bucket was going after him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's like, it was just like, there was a power there that was just like, I'm going to handle this. And it was just like, he was like,
Yeah.
and like flying backwards, like untethered, completely at the mercy of this gravitational pull of something that I couldn't see. It was so far away, but it was sucking him towards it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was being taken away by those children. Like, all those children were like,
Yeah.
don't touch mama. Like, don't touch her.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a return of these really dark energies to the singularity, which could be like representative of what you were seeing, Amina.
Oh, wow. That was really intense. Is it okay if I go pee?
Yeah, I'm
and
feeling that too.
Me too.
Okay.
And your camera just went off too.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's low. Oh, perfect. So I'll plug it in to be charged.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
I'm just gonna. So relaxing back down, settling back into the body. Feeling so relaxed now. So relaxed. And Amina, just going back into that cosmic space and holding there. And I want to see what ends up happening to this woman in this lifetime, Karen. So just drifting forward in time to the next most important day and time in her life. Drifting and floating through time and space. In 3, 2, and 1. Be there now and tell me what you notice.
I'm feeling a really big celebration. Like I feel like it's kind of like an anniversary type day. Like, she's been doing this work for like a total of what feels like 50 years. So she spent like majority of it like on the, like in the black market, I'll call it, like on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she ended up staying because that's where she felt that she was being called to, like the babies needed her more on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all the ranges of like babies that she has helped birth throughout the years are all here to just celebrate her. So it's really nice to see so many families and how many babies she saved, and they've all brought like pictures or yeah. And I think it became like a tradition that she would give like a little piece, like whatever she was wearing, like a garment that she was wearing, she would cut a piece and give it to the mother to hold, like to, you know. And yeah, all the babies have these garments. They're holding like all these pieces of garments of hers. Um, and yeah, it just feels very lighthearted. Like she's just really touched, you know, by all of these lives, because she could have like lost her life at one time, and um but kept pushing forward and going, because look at how many lives she was able to help.
Yeah.
How many babies there are that are now like, some like really in adulthood, you know, like past 50, and then some that are actually like, you know, mothers coming with their newborns type thing, you know. There's a wide range of children. But yeah, no, this is about her. This is about celebrating her life, and they're like kind of like all hold like in a circle around and holding her hands, and they're like, you know, blessing her hands, her eyes, her heart, for like she's like really like the medicine woman miracle of that community.
What I'm wondering what time period this feels like.
Um, not quite sure. I don't. It's not giving me a time frame. Like I can't put my finger on it. But it feels old. Like yeah, it feels old. It's more than like 100 years. That's for sure. Like way more than 100 years.
Okay. And did she ever have her own family or children in that life?
No, she dedicated her life to life. She didn't really need to have any babies. She kind of had them. Like she was always like everybody's second mom.
Yeah. Beautiful. So how does she feel about her life now?
I just feel this sense of joy, like as if this was really her mission. Like she was going to give her life for this mission, you know, practically. Knowing like all the tools, like working very intuitively, knowing exactly what she needed to do to help, even though like there were some cases where she did lose, you know, either mother or child, but there's still so much gratitude in the families that have come. It was really just that one isolated case that was whatever, but that felt like as if that was her driving force to like move and keep going, because it's like, look how, you know, they ended up coming back to her somehow, you know. So yeah, I just don't, I feel like as if she's a little like pretty content, you know. There's still that part, like as if, because like it feels as if like her heart is just always flowing, like, and she just wants to keep giving more, but she's really touched by seeing all of these faces, all the people that have come into contact with her. Like, you don't realize how many you come in contact with until you see it all in front of you, celebrating you.
Yeah. Okay. Is she still holding any trauma from that incident with that man?
Yeah, I feel like it's stuck in her throat where he touched her. The energy. I don't know if that's relative to her thyroid stuff or.
Okay. Okay. So Amina, I want you to tap into that energy in your throat and tell me what you notice. What does it look like or feel like?
It feels like it's almost healed. There's just like a small film of like slimy, crusty blackness like on top of it. But it feels like underneath that, the tissue's very healthy. There's just like almost like the very top layer of a scab that's on it.
Okay. So how
I want to take it off.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Does it come off easily?
Yeah.
Good. And how do you transmute that energy?
It just became ashes and like very light, and it floated away.
Good. Perfect. Very good. Do you feel, either of you feel any other energy from that incident with that man stuck in the body?
There's a little bit left on the thyroid.
Okay. What is it that you notice there?
It's just like on the edge.
Okay.
So now it's clean. So I'm gonna take some of the water from the jug and put it on there.
Okay, good.
To really purify it.
Good.
Okay. It feels much better now.
Good. Perfect. Very good. So we're going to go to the last day of that lifetime. Just closing out this scene. And drifting and floating to the last day of this lifetime as the midwife. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now and tell me what you notice.
Seeing a tree, really big tree, and it's a nice breezy day. There's, as if they put like all these blankets and things that she could lay down on, again surrounded by some of her kids that have come, that she's become really close to, and they've put a blanket on her, so it's as if they've accumulated all of her garment pieces and made it into a blanket quilt type thing. And the colors remind me of like the parrot colors that I saw in the water alchemy. Just how they all flow together, because they're like little pieces, so it kind of looks like feathers, like so it was like that little piece of her, like they are giving back to her. And they've all written their names on those pieces and the dates that they were born. And they're just giving her so much love and thanks. Like I can't, like the love that I'm feeling now is so intense. Like it's just they love her so much.
Yeah.
And they're so grateful for her because like literally that's she's the first person that they see.
Amina, I want you to really open up your heart and feel that love. From all the children that you've birthed over lifetimes. Allow their love for you and their gratitude for you to flow into your heart. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I want you to imagine that it's flowing out from your heart to every cell in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that love filling you up all the way to the tippy top of your head. And coming back down now into your chest, down your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingertips, filling up trillions and trillions of cells in your body with this beautiful love energy. It's coming down now into your torso, filling all of your organs, down into your pelvis, down into your thighs, all the way down to the very marrow of your bones. All of your cells being filled with the love and gratitude from the children you've helped to usher into the world in this lifetime and others. Down into your knees, shins, and calves, all the way down to your toes, and all the way back up again. How does that feel?
Feels very light and warm.
Beautiful. And allowing this love and gratitude to heal and replace any dense energy within the body. And while that's happening, I'm just going back to Karen and just tell me what happens here after she takes her last breath.
I'm seeing like all of these different colored, like again the same colors that I saw, like the parrot colors, but they're leaves that are now falling from the sky. And I'm just, it just feels so, what, like such a beautiful way to go,
Mm-hmm.
that even it feels like as if nature is also nurturing her, like allowing her to be born now into her transition, you know, like she's, so it's like the cycle is completing. I saw that her name in this life is Sultana.
Is there any specific meaning to that name?
That's my grandmother's name.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Was your grandmother a midwife?
She had 12 children at home, including twins.
Wow. So, what is the connection here?
Just feels like, again, like a loving energy, mother energy, feminine, like divine mother energy. And yeah, because they like, these children loved her like as if she was a goddess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Does she carry a soul aspect of her grandmother?
I feel like it's in part, yeah, there's definitely like a match there, like that, or an overlay, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
like an essence of her.
Beautiful. Okay. And how does she feel about this life as she looks back on it? What was she supposed to learn?
It's really just what I'm seeing. It's like her learning was just to keep going. It, like, nothing was going to stop her. Just as she was able to continue her like oath to this, I'm not going to call it a job, but her mission on earth, that even though he was taking her life literally at that moment, she was able to give life back to that baby. Like, she knew what to do, even if she was losing her life.
Mm.
So, yeah, she was just driven to keep giving, or like part of her life force and her intuition and her heart, to giving the best care that she could, for these mothers and
Mm-hmm.
for these children coming into this scary world, you know. And it felt like as if less scary because she's the first person that they see,
Mm-hmm.
and so loving in her eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Thank you so much for that. Amina, where are you right now?
I'm sitting in the front yard garden of my ex-boyfriend's house.
Okay. And what are you doing there?
It's a beautiful house with a beautiful garden, but I don't really want to be there.
Okay.
I feel like the energy is very stagnant.
Mm-hmm. So why did you float there? What was the reason?
It's safe.
Safe. Okay. Good. So we can close out that scene now. We're going to drift and float to the next most important day and time that Amina needs to know for her healing. Drifting and floating through time and space. Drifting and floating to the next most important day and time. In 3, 2, and 1. Be there now and tell me what you notice.
I'm like standing on the ocean and the waves are huge.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also very big and tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I'm a giant.
Are you male or female?
I'm female.
What are you wearing?
Like an empire waist dress
Mm-hmm.
with big bell sleeves.
What color is it?
Blue.
I saw that too. Beautiful. And what does your face look like?
I look very Nordic,
Mm-hmm.
and I have curly red hair.
Mm. And your skin?
White. I look like I'm like a Viking.
Mm-hmm. How tall do you feel?
I feel like I'm 20 feet tall, like I'm very tall.
Wow. Are you carrying anything?
No, it doesn't feel like a human lifetime.
Okay. What do you feel like you're doing here as you're watching the waves?
I feel like I'm a druid.
Okay. Are you on Earth or another planet?
I'm on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Where on Earth do you feel like you are?
Like between Scotland and Greenland.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Is there anyone else around or are you alone?
I'm alone and there's lightning, but I'm not afraid. Like I'm just standing in the ocean with these waves crashing around me and onto me, but I'm I'm a part of the scene.
Mm. How does it feel to be there?
Powerful.
Powerful. Beautiful. I want you to breathe in that power. Remember what that feels like in your cells. What color is power to you?
It's like a lightning bolt, like almost like iridescent yellow white.
Beautiful. I want you to imagine that energy now, that iridescent yellow white filling up all of your cells. Breathing that into your body. Feeling the essence and the being of this powerful giant. Filling up trillions of cells in your body. And remembering what it feels like to be powerful. This energy is moving all the way up to the top of your head. This energy of power filling up every single cell of your body, moving down through your chest, down your arms to the tips of your fingertips, coming down through your heart, your torso, filling up every single cell of your organs, down into your pelvis, and all the way down through your thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. And coming all the way back up again throughout your body, feeling this energy of power and remembering. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Good. Is anything else important about this scene that we need to know?
No.
Okay. So just hang out there in the waves, feeling that power of the giant. I'm going to check in with Karen.
I'm also like on water, but not ocean. It's more like a calm lake, but there's like around me there we're surrounded by nature. I'm also what feels like feminine energy, but I'm able to like shape shift.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing like the wind, like I could see it, what it would look like if you could physically see it. And just being able to create this, being able to move things just through my own essence, being able to, yeah, that's what it is. It's a creator, creatress, like, and that you have the power to do what you want, being able to, because I'm seeing like how like the arms are kind of moving the hands, and I could see like the energy of like emitting out of the hands, and also like creating like a wind per se, or more sunlight, allowing the grass to grow. Like I'm just seeing like just this orchestration by the hands, by like manipulating life around just through intention,
Mm-hmm.
just through the creative energy
Mm-hmm.
held within. So it's, and seeing her like shift. So she is like this woman, like kind of feminine energy with like flowy, um, also flowy dress. And then after that come, into like this tiny little fairy, and then becoming like a cat, and then going and being a bird. Like I'm just seeing it all. Um, so it's, yeah, like being able to align yourself, because you can create your reality as you wish, as however you want it to be. And I feel like, yeah, what was holding you back was that little last piece that you took out of your head, that little program, or that whatever it was that was keeping you into like into doubt, or like into a small like limited sense of self. Whereas now it's like you are everything, like aligning and becoming one with everything, and to create your life as you want it.
Beautiful. So how does she begin to tap into this creative essence?
Yeah, to really get down into like, what does she want to do? And it doesn't have to be, she could just shoot out ideas, and just through that, it's like creating like an imprint or a blueprint of the path that she's going to walk into. So it's just a matter of her, like what I'm hearing, it's like it's a matter of her choosing. She can create everything. Like it's like literally the whole buffet of everything. And it's just like, what do you want? What do you choose?
So getting clear about what she really wants.
Yeah, what does she want? And she'll feel it. Like it's just a feeling of like knowing when things are no longer serving her, like when she needs to go. It's just like, yeah, everything, like as she's like releasing all those like old densities out of her body and starting to trust herself, she's gonna know when her next path will begin, or how it like that it's starting to unfold. So she'll know exactly like when she's gonna start, has to turn, let's say, the ship, her own ship, into where it needs to go, the direction it needs to go.
Yeah, because one of her questions is how much longer should she stay at the hospital? It's really starting to wear on her.
Yeah, it feels like it's coming, like there's a transition period coming. So it's like, be clear where you want to go or what you want to do, and if you don't know what that is, it's just like come inward and follow into your inner compass, because it'll lead you to the direction that you need. It's just a matter of kind of like it doesn't have to be something like, let's say, super specific at this time, but an idea, just an idea, and then after that, like adding more. So it's kind of like a Christmas tree, like where you get it all like as it is, but then you start to put your ornaments on it and decorate it, like create it as you wish. So it could just start as a simple idea and then you feed it.
Does that feel resonant with you, Amina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Very good. Are you still in the ocean?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to explore there in the ocean?
It's almost like I'm being told to like make my arms like this and like sink into the ocean.
Okay. Go
So
ahead and do that.
I'm going to do that. But with me, I'm going to take a lightning bolt because I don't know what's down there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sinking. It's very, very deep.
And what do you find under there?
Oh, that's why I had to take the bolt, because I'm in complete darkness.
Does the bolt bring light for you?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you see under there?
I see little creatures, little bottom dwellers. There's a shadow person. I'm just kind of watching it. It's much smaller than me. I'm not scared of it.
Okay, good. What's it doing?
It's saying there's a gateway here for you if you want to see what happened in Atlantis.
Oh, wow. Do you feel like you can trust this being?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like a trick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll just ignore him.
I'm getting that this is exactly how you have to start to discern and feel yourself through, especially with those men that you're talking about, like.
What else are you noticing?
The light's starting to come through from the sky, and I can go back up to the surface.
Okay, beautiful. So again, there's that that darkness that we saw earlier as you walked through to the other side of that veil. Is this symbolic of the unknown? Navigating through the unknown?
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's no fear, but there has to be, I have to discern still.
Yes. And not discerning out of fear, but just out of judgment, using your judgment and discernment. Yeah. As you navigate through those dark waters.
I'm back up at the surface now.
And how does it feel to be back above the water?
Good. It was almost like I just had to go there. You know how they take people to the water to be healed, to be like baptized and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
to the rivers. I feel like I had to go in and submerge myself and come back up.
Beautiful. So how is your energy different now?
There's a huge white buffalo in the sky.
Wow. And what is this symbolic of?
I often have dreams of white buffalo.
Oh, wow. So tapping into the consciousness of that buffalo, does it have a message for you?
Stay calm.
Mm.
The path has been cleared. This is a time for renewal, to rest.
Mm.
I'm being told very, very firmly to not go back to the Bay Area until the 30th of June.
Okay. Can they elaborate on this?
I've been giving my energy too much to people that are not reciprocating.
Mm.
If they want you to come back, there needs to be more reciprocity.
Mm. Okay.
And I'm supposed to tend to my garden here.
Okay. Literally or figuratively?
Both.
Both. Okay. Good. Anything else that wants to come through?
The garden will be a sanctuary for many people.
Mm. Beautiful. Is this white buffalo a guide for you?
That's what I've been told. That medicine man that came and stayed with me, he told me that white buffalo is I was like, wow, that's a heavy duty guardian.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Would this buffalo be willing to answer a couple questions that we have?
He's saying yes.
Okay. Amina wants to know about this dream she had of Venus and two others that seem to be grieving something. She wants to know, what are they grieving?
Oh, wow. They started to take a wrong path and they created a reality that did not serve them. So they're grieving their mistake
Mm.
because they thought that this new way of being was the right path, and it was not.
Mm. What was the mistake that they made?
What they birthed into existence was not aligned with nature.
Mm.
So nature took it back.
Mm.
Whatever is not aligned with nature will no longer be given the tools to survive.
Mm. So is this alluding to like the inorganic path with the transhumanism?
He's shaking his head, yes.
Okay. Is there anything more that we need to know about that?
They wrote their path. Oh my God, he's saying that they damned themselves. It had nothing to do with the people who were trying to help them.
Who is it that damned themselves?
The false gods.
The false god. Can you tell us more?
There's a huge beam of like white, energetic, blue, iridescent, bright white light coming from the sky.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It just started flowing. The white buffalo energy is up here. Then there's this huge column of light that's coming into the ocean. I'm still standing there with it's a staff. That arrow lightning bolt is a staff.
Mm-hmm.
It's an intense energy. And it's a clearing energy.
Mm.
But it's so intense, not all energies are going to be able to handle it.
Mm.
Because it has to be so intense because of all the damage that's been done.
Mm.
There's no other way.
So is this light expected to come to Earth to clear?
It's a purification, but it's not a purification that's going to be easy for some.
Mm. Is this light coming in all at once or in waves?
Yes.
It's coming all at once?
It's all coming at once.
Mm. When can we expect this?
It's coming now.
Now? Okay. And how will people be affected by this?
Some will lose their minds and some will be relieved.
Mm. What's the difference between those people?
What they put their faith in.
Mm. Is that why we're noticing strange behavior from people?
Yes.
Okay. What else can he tell us about this?
To not pay attention to them, to just create your own reality.
Mm-hmm. And what should we be focusing on?
Our beauty.
Mm. How long will this light be streaming into Earth?
Until the entire planet is purified.
Wow.
It's an endless source.
Okay. So that could take some time.
Yeah, and now I'm seeing almost like a globe of iridescent, like rainbow, like an energetic field
Mm-hmm.
that it's also creating.
Mm.
That just showed up
And it's creating this field where?
all around the earth,
Mm-hmm.
but starting in the oceans.
Okay. And how does this energetic field affect the people on Earth?
It's really confusing for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Why does it confuse them so much?
Because they've forgotten their true essence. They stopped walking barefoot on the land. They paved over so much of her.
Hmm. How will this energy field affect the plants and animals on Earth?
They'll be fine.
Okay. What else can we expect from this?
There's no holiness in the gods that they created.
Who are the gods that they created? Can you tell us more about that?
Anything that causes harm is false.
Okay. I've been feeling like there's a lot of false idols and gods recently that a lot of people are bringing information through from. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. So then we really need to sharpen our spiritual discernment on who we listen to.
Yes.
Mhm. And how can we become better at discerning?
Love the creation.
So the organic path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where
And
it go
also
ahead.
being told to put up our own flags.
Okay. What does that mean?
Flags that are beautiful. Just put up beautiful flags.
Okay. Like actual flags?
Take down their flags and put up like our flags. And I'm being shown like put up a flag of like a butterfly
Hmm.
or a ladybug or a deer
Oh, I love
or
that.
or like a baby rabbit. Put up flags of animals and trees.
Mm.
Those
So
are the flags that we're supposed to be following.
beautiful. I love that. So taking down the governmental.
Take down the governmental flags. They don't like that there's a flag on the moon.
Hmm.
They're very upset about that.
Okay.
They have no dominion over her.
Yeah. Okay. Where is this big stream of light coming from?
Some unknown. In the Lakota, Nakota, Dakota way, it's called Wakan Tankan, the Great Mystery.
Hmm. Okay. So this is the time that we're in now that all the natives have predicted of this purification on Earth.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that feels important for us to know?
The women will be taking care of everyone.
Mm.
Everyone will be coming to the wise women.
Mm.
Be prepared. There will be many.
Mm.
Many are lost. Many are confused.
Mm.
You don't have to seek them out. They will seek you.
Mm. Thank you for that. And what about the men? What role do they play?
They forgot their role. They're supposed to protect us.
Yeah. Will they be remembering at any time?
Those who feel. Those who feel.
So those that are still in touch with their feelings.
Those that are in touch with their mothers.
Their mother. Okay. Okay. And how do we help the lost and confused that are guided to us?
There is no knowing until there is knowing. I feel like that means you'll know for each individual, for each entity, how to help them.
Okay. Good.
And I'm also being, there will also be unseen beings that will be coming to ask for you for help.
Like lost souls, you mean?
Unseen beings of the earthly realm.
Okay. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
It feels like the forest people, the fairy people,
Mm.
the troll people, the stone people, the tree people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has been affected by the imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
They less so than us, but still.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're a little depressed at watching the circus unfold.
Yeah, I bet. And so when they do come to us for help, how do we help them?
Oh, you're saying other guides will show up to help you, help them in their way.
Okay.
Those are new ways to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you for all of this information. It's very helpful.
For you, Tina, I'm being told to seek out a tree that has a hollow in it.
Okay. Can you tell me more about that?
It looks like a tree that's not as tall as a redwood, but it's robust.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be in a city, but it has like a almost like an oval like space in it.
Hmm.
And they're just saying you can leave offerings in there if you want to.
Okay.
And something very simple, like just even a tiny piece of tobacco is
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Okay. Thank you for that.
But it doesn't feel like it's far away from wilderness, but not like in like a big city, but it's, yeah, it's so hard to describe. I can almost see it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it'll show up in a very unexpected place.
Okay. Well, I'll be on the lookout for it. There's lots of trees around here. Hmm. Okay. So Amina also wanted to know about the dream she had of the abundance of dandelion wishes that she was shown. What can you tell her about that?
Those are all her good intentions for the whole world.
Mm.
And that most people are very misunderstanding of her.
Mm-hmm. How so?
They see her and they throw up a lot of walls and a lot of daggers.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because they don't understand her energy.
Mm-hmm. Is that because it's powerful?
And it's good.
Mm. How can she protect herself from those daggers?
To continue her salt bath, to not leave her home until June 30th, and just to remain and be replenished.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Thank you for that. And what can you tell her about? She wants to know how much longer she's supposed to be at the hospital. She's feeling drained from that.
It feels like the time will be shortened. There's a magnetic, something about a magnet
Mm-hmm.
that the magnet needs to be removed. There's a magnet tethering me there that keeps like sucking me back there, and that needs to be like taken away.
Okay. Is this a physical? This isn't a physical magnet, right? It's etheric.
Yes.
Can we remove that today? Is she ready to remove that?
Yes.
Okay. Just let me know how you go about that.
You're saying to ask Karen.
Karen.
Karen, present. Yeah, I'm just, hold on. It's presented to me like a magnet, but it's on a cord type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just like pulling out that magnet cord thing. And she can fill this space because there's a bit of a hole in there, so you can ask her like to fill the space in with whatever she wants. So I'm gonna discard this.
What would you like to fill in that space, Amina?
With moss.
Moss? Okay, good. So go ahead and do that. Just let me know when you're complete with that.
It's almost like the moss can be a protective barrier over me too.
Oh, good.
Like that's what I should envision myself in when I walk into there, is not just light. Like there's so much going on at that hospital.
Mm-hmm.
To put myself in a thick layer of moss.
Mm-hmm. Good. And will it be easier for Amina to let go of her work there now that this magnet is gone?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. She wants to know also if she should be more proactive in pursuing a relationship.
No.
No. Okay. So just to wait and let it come to her?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm being told for all of us, queens sit in their castle and the suitors must come to them.
Hmm.
And you'll know who a suitor is and who a warrior is and who the joker is.
I love that. Thank you for that. Awesome. Thank you.
The buffalo spirit is saying it needs to leave now.
Okay.
So just want to thank it.
Yes. Thank you so much. We love and honor you. Thank you for all the information you've given us today.
I love that. A buffalo with boundaries.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta go now.
Okay, so actually that's perfect timing because I was going to ask for the higher self to do a body scan. Just scanning the body, both of you can do it. From the top of the head all the way down to the feet, and just noticing any dense energies, implants, devices, anything that doesn't belong, anywhere there's tension. Just telling me what you notice.
I keep hearing, I feel very light. I feel really good.
Mm-hmm.
The frontal lobe pressure that I usually have from not sleeping is gone.
Good.
And then I keep hearing wavy gravy. So wavy gravy is a hippie that lives over the hill, and he has a children's camp for children with cancer.
Oh, wow.
And then he has a children's camp for all children. And then he has a siblings camp for the children of the siblings with cancer
Oh, wow.
who are sick.
Uh-huh.
And on his land, he has a music festival, and it's going to happen in 2022. So I just keep hearing wavy gravy, wavy gravy.
Are you supposed to be involved with this somehow?
I went to the music. I don't like music festivals. I hate festival vibe. It's way too the energy's too much. People are on too many substances, even though it's psychedelics,
Yeah.
But I went to the Cape Bush Music Festival 2 years ago, and I loved it because kids were there and people were camping, and there was a lot of love. It was a family festival. It wasn't just for like adults looking to hook up or be cool and wear bindis and tattoos. It wasn't. It was like old grandmas with their grandchildren wearing tie-dye,
Yeah.
So that festival is happening in 2022. So
Okay.
I don't know why. I just keep hearing wavy gravy. Like, okay.
Are you supposed to be involved with maybe not just the festival, but helping the children with cancer somehow?
Maybe. I'm going to see if I can volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They always need nurses at that camp.
Yeah. That would be great for you to do. Okay. So your body feels good then?
Yeah, I can't believe actually how light I feel.
Amazing. Good. And is there anything we need to know about the insomnia, or that should that be gone now?
I'm being told to go to bed earlier
Okay.
and do more rituals.
Okay. Like bedtime rituals?
And I have a ritual that I did last night at 2 a.m. when I woke up. A girlfriend of mine is a naturopathic. She runs an apothecary,
Mm-hmm.
and she made a concoction that was blessed by the full moon in Pisces.
Mm.
So I'm going to get, and that helped me to sleep last night. So I'm going to get more of that.
Okay, good. Perfect. Very good. So I just want to ask the higher self, what was the purpose of us seeing this lifetime that Amina had as the midwife?
That's how old that energy was,
Mm.
and that it's been following her.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes we're born into bodies with the skin colors because it's convenient for those energies to come into our life because they look familiar to us. But that's a trick.
Mm. Interesting.
And that it's over.
It's over. Good. I'm wondering what the contract was, or if there was a contract, or if it was a trick for Amina to be born into her current birth family.
Yes, it was a trick.
It was a trick. Okay. So does she not have soul connections with those people?
She does with her brother and her mother.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for that. Okay. And we saw that she, in the beginning, when she crossed over into the cosmos, she released all of those past memories. How will this affect her life going forward?
There'll be more clarity.
Good.
You can see clear.
Good. Very good. Is there anything else that we need to address today that we didn't cover?
I'm being told to thank you and Karen because you stepped into the unknown.
You are so welcome. Thank you for trusting us to step into the unknown with you. Any final messages from the higher self?
No.
Okay. Karen?
Oh, just to rest.
Yeah, I was hearing rest.
After this, it was an intense time just to rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rest.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording